So Colleen, it's been so lovely to get coffee with you today, and I just really enjoyed hearing about all of the trips that you've been able to make to Willamette University campus recently. And really, I wanted to get together today to thank you so much for all the support that you and George have put into Willamette since graduating. It's really wonderful to see alumni so engaged and involved with the campus.
It's been our pleasure, dear.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. And one of the things that I love to ask when I get together with alumni is, what do you get out of this experience? Why have you decided to be so involved with Willamette since graduating?
Besides the baby ducks.
Yes, besides the baby ducks on campus. I love them too.
It's funny. I have had friends whose children have applied to Willamette, and when you do that, they send you this pamphlet with information, and one of the things they put in there is the fact that there's baby ducks.
There are.
And I know specifically one of my friends, her daughter, when she saw that, it's like, that's it. That's the school for me.
It's a great reason to go.
Well, I have to say that I have found music to be such a joy in my life, my entire life, and the idea that you can go somewhere and celebrate that with young people has always really appealed to me. And they're really talented. There's a lot of really good artists and musicians there, and I have always liked the fact that they have so many different kinds of singing groups and different kinds of musical performances. And there's that lovely building you go into with the two stone lions in the front, and every time I walk through those two stone lions, I just feel like I'm coming to an event. And so that's been really special.
Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear it. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about today was how other alumni like you have continued to be involved with Willamette for years to come, and that's through our Legacy program. Have you ever heard of our Legacy program before? That's all right. So our Legacy program essentially lets alumni put Willamette University in their estate plan. It can be something that's a little bit strange to think about since you're so active and alive right now. I know you love yoga and you're very involved in your community, but it's great to think about legacy giving when you're at a safe space and there's no rush, because it really should be a decision that you and George talk about together when there's no pressure. So I wanted to talk to you about it today. You don't have to make a decision right now, but I do have more information to share with you here about our Legacy Giving program. And it's great because for alumni like us who maybe have more of a modest income, it can really be your one chance to make a major gift to the university, which I know is something that hopefully you would want to do and really make an impact on campus after you're gone. And our Legacy Giving program also involves alumni in a lot of unique events. There are different recognition events that we do on campus, some of which involve music, others of which just involve meeting other alumni and friends of the university. And so do you think that Legacy Giving program and putting Willamette into your estate plan is something that you and George would want to do?
To be honest, because we're not super wealthy, we don't have a private jet or anything. It's the kind of thing that I've never really thought about before. It doesn't seem like something that middle class people do.
That's all right. A lot of people don't know that this is an option, but like I said, it can be your one chance to really impact the university when you're gone. And the way that it would work is that it's pretty straightforward. Do you have an estate planner or a lawyer who's helped you settle?
We have a basic will. We only have one child, our son Seamus, and he lives in California. So it's been pretty straightforward. Just sort of a basic will is all we've ever done, because that seems like all we've ever needed.
That's all you do need, yeah. And so the way that a bequest would work is that I can share some language with you so that you don't have to think up that language on your own. And then you can just share that language with your estate planner. It could be next week, it could be several months down the line. It's really whenever you and George have talked about it. That specifies that either a certain amount or a certain percentage of your estate would go to Willamette when you do pass on.
Well, yeah, I've wondered, we never have gone beyond the basic because, I'm 70 and it's hard to know. I might live 20 years, I might live 25 years. George's health is solid-ish, but we're not really sure in terms of medical expenses. So the idea of committing funds when the future is so unpredictable has, I guess for that reason, we haven't really pursued discussion of something like a major gift. So, but you mentioned the percentage thing?
Yeah, that's why I would recommend a percentage. You can definitely specify a certain amount, but with the economy being so unpredictable over the past couple of years, if you specify a certain amount, then that could really impact the other bequests in your will, contributing to your son when you pass on and things like that. So I would recommend a percentage. It's a percentage that you and George can talk about with your estate planner and really decide on something that is reasonable. But that way, if the economy is doing really well, or if the economy is not doing as well, or if you live to be 120, that percentage, stays the same and is reflected in your other affairs.
So, and even if it was just like a little, like let's say 2% or whatever,
Exactly.
that's not a dumb thing
No,
to do.
definitely not. It can be 1%. It could probably even be 0.5%. And your estate planner can help you, estimate what that amount might be based on, how your affairs are
Right.
currently, and then you can decide what percentage is best for you.
I guess I had never thought. Like I said, I always pictured this being something that super wealthy people do.
And that's why we have this legacy giving program, is so that other alumni like you who are well off, you don't have the private jet like you talked about, really can have that one chance to make a major gift. And you can also specify it to the music department. It doesn't have to just go to Willamette overall. It can really go and contribute what you've already been giving to over the past couple of years.
So we could even do like a music scholarship?
Exactly.
Something
you could
like
do
that?
A scholarship, or you could, just have a maybe general funds to support the music department. One thing that's important to think about with a legacy gift is that you don't know the exact layout of the university, what it will be when you do pass on. It'll be far in the future, I'm sure. And so it's good to have some specific language about that so that we know we can always honor the intent of your gift.
Okay.
So what I can do when I get back in the office tomorrow is email you some of that language. Is email communication okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'll email you that language.
You can even Snapchat me.
Oh, good.
I Snapchat with my granddaughter all the time.
That's wonderful. Well, I'll probably email it
Email,
to you.
so I guess it lasts longer than
so it lasts longer
6
than a
seconds
Snapchat.
or whatever. Okay.
So I'll email you that language. You can sit down and chat about it with George. I know that he'd want to be involved as well.
Right.
And then when you're
he's very sorry he couldn't come today.
That's all right.
Like I say, we have our good and bad days, and today's the day he's home with our 2 cats. So.
Okay, that's great.
Anyway,
that's
sorry. Go ahead.
And if he has questions, I'm happy to chat with him. We can set up a time for coffee or chat over the phone as well. And I'm sure that your estate planner has also had these conversations and would be happy to see the language that I.
So you could, if we wanted to, he and you could speak.
Definitely.
Okay.
And if your estate planner has questions, I'm happy to chat with him or her as well. And then what I'd like to do is just follow up with you in a couple of months. I know this isn't a decision that you make instantly, and so I'll just follow up with you and make sure that you have all the information that you need to make this possible.
And I probably want to just check in with Seamus just to make sure that he's aware of that, so he's not like blindsided, like, wait a minute, what happened or something.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Well, Colleen, I'm so happy that we had a chance to have this conversation, and I really look forward to seeing you on campus for the spring music concert in a couple of weeks.
Me too. I can't wait.
Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear.